Injuries continue to mount throughout the NFL. Week 13 Outlook. Dallas Cowboys. Cooper Rush, QB. The Dallas Cowboys only held an estimated practice on Monday, but quarterback Cooper Rush, knee, was considered limited. Rush's injury could be minor, but with the Cowboys facing a game on Thursday, we'll need to monitor his participation over the next 2 days. As long as he logs limited or better practices, Rush should be ready to go against the Giants. If Rush were forced to sit versus New York, Trey Lance would start under center for Dallas. Brandin Cooks, W. Could Brandin Cooks return from injured reserve to play on Thanksgiving? Cowboys EVP Stephen Jones said Monday, November 25th, that the veteran receiver has a good chance to suit up against the Giants this week. Cooks was limited for Monday's walkthrough. Dallas opened his IR return window last Wednesday, November 20th. Cooks hasn't played since September while battling a knee injury. The 31-year-old was limited for every practice leading up to Week 12, but did not play despite being listed as questionable. Cooks posted 9 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown in 4 games before going down. While he could overtake Jalen Tolbert to become Dallas WR2 down the stretch, there's not much fantasy appeal in a Cowboys offense helmeted by Cooper Rush or Trey Lance. Jake Ferguson, Tay. While the Cowboys hope to get Cooks on the field this week, tight end Jake Ferguson, concussion, is little more of a long shot, Jones said Monday. Ferguson never practiced last week and didn't play in Dallas' win over the Commanders in Week 12. With the short turnaround before Thursday's game, Ferguson will likely need more time to exit the NFL's concussion protocol. He didn't participate in Monday's estimated practice. Luke Schoonmaker, the Cowboys' second-round pick in 2023, has been a viable replacement with Ferguson sidelined for most of the past 2 games. He caught 6 passes for 56 yards in Week 11, before collecting 3 catches for 55 yards and his first touchdown of the year in Week 12, finishing as a top 10 fantasy T in both games. CeeDee Lamb, W. CeeDee Lamb, back foot, was limited for Monday's walkthrough. The Cowboys are likely taking it easy on their star wideout, who's battled injury issues all season. Last week, Lamb went limited DNP full before being removed from Dallas injury report. With the Cowboys facing another game in 3 days, Lamb could log more limited sessions leading up to Thursday. Lamb has remained the featured weapon in Dallas offense with Rush under. He caught 8 passes for 93 yards in Week 11 and hauled in 10 catches for 67 yards in Week 12, finishing as Fantasy's WR14 in both weeks. Detroit Lions, David Montgomery, RB. After suffering a shoulder injury in the Detroit Lions Week 12 against the Indianapolis Colts, running back David Montgomery didn't participate in Monday's walkthrough ahead of his club's Thanksgiving Day game. Montgomery told reporters after Sunday's victory that he expects to play against the Chicago Bears on Thursday. Meanwhile, Lions head coach Dan Campbell said he felt okay about Montgomery. Left tackle Taylor Decker and cornerback Carlton Davis, all of whom suffered injuries in Week 12. Detroit's optimism about Montgomery's Week 13 availability is clearly a good sign heading into Week 13. Still, you'll probably need to log at least a limited practice on Tuesday or Wednesday for fantasy managers to feel secure. If Montgomery can't go on Thursday, fellow Lions RB Jahmyr Gibbs would offer slate-breaking upside. Green Bay Packers, Josh Jacobs, RB. Packers RB Josh Jacobs took a rest day on Monday, likely a move to manage his workload. Romeo W. Wide receiver Romeo Doubs missed practice on Monday due to a concussion he sustained in Week 12. Doubs exited Sunday's game early and is expected to sit out Thanksgiving. With such a short recovery window, it's unlikely he'll clear the NFL's concussion protocol in time to play. That's unfortunate because I thought Romeo was really having himself a really great game. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur said, "He came out, made some critical plays. That 3rd down long was pretty special where he almost got out the backside. He is very, very consistent. So, if we don't have him, that's a big loss, but we do feel like we have other guys. This can open up some other opportunities for some of these other guys." If Doubs is sidelined, wide receiver Dontavian Wicks will likely step into the starting lineup for Green Bay on Thursday. Miami Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, W. Tyreek Hill continues to deal with a wrist injury and was listed as limited during the Dolphins walkthrough on Monday. The team doesn't seem overly concerned about Hill's condition long term. Although he was a game-time decision in Week 10, he ultimately played. Since then, Hill has been limited in some practice sessions, but hasn't missed any games. Even with Tua Tagovailoa back at quarterback since Week 8, Hill hasn't delivered a standout fantasy performance. He's cracked the top 25 receivers just once, Week 11, during that stretch,